Hope doch ganz gut auf 6. Well, Hope auf 6 zu packen ist ganz gut. Sagen wir es einfach mal so.
The first hurdle. But in this form, maybe what could have been? You know, the Poppy will get banned. Not too much of a surprise. This is actually DNS's most banned, and the most banned against BNK FX, interestingly enough. So that seemed like a surefire thing.
Yeah. Raptors are very strong Poppy.
Geht aber plus 20 Ping? Ja. Ach stimmt, weil es über, ich hab's gelesen, weil es über Paris jetzt alles gehandelt wird, ne?
He's got a big smile on his face. Closer definitely, even in their wins in Caspa Cup, he looked insane, especially on the Cassiopeia.
Given
to him. Other ones might. And Closer definitely has a very eclectic champion pool at this point. Definitely well known for being more aggressive.
So, some of the picks remaining: Nocturne, Jace, Camille, Bard. I feel like might take this last ban spot. It's going to be the Camille getting banned away. So, you know, we've seen some Rise first pick be a popular
Fand ich
thing,
horrible.
but DNS are going to immediately slam the Lee Sin for Charvel. A lot of confidence here. And a quick response from...
LCK-Fokus gerade bei den Fritten hier.
We've seen Ghana be pretty popular into Lee Sin as an answer. That had a lot of weight to it earlier.
Low-key höhere Stakes. Anyone's Legend is basically confirmed in Playoffs. Hier geht's noch um, also Furix muss gewinnen.
And they will just go for the Pantheon instead. I think for Closer, you could go Rise here. The Rise Lee Sin, very potent, very strong combination together.
Yeah, Rise Pantheon also very strong, so you deny it at the same time. You don't have to deal with Cassiopeia. And Nivea has fallen off, but Syndra's available.
Yep, Syndra, Pantheon, Taliyah Pantheon also an option. You could play into that. And then for that third pick for DNS, you could pick a top laner, and they can only respond
Nautilus?
top or mid.
Oder Top, ja. Also Naut oder Top.
Into the Ezreal, we've seen a lot. Or you could go for something, I mean, even like the... Could you just slam Olaf here, and then if they respond to it, they can't match mid?
Yeah.
That's definitely an option here, and they will just go for that Olaf. So now being KFRX, you either respond to the Rise, or, you know, the matchups will be banned away, or you respond
Ja, ich finde Jax hier nicht so gut für Clear.
Depends on Clear's comfort.
Klett,
The picks we've seen into Olaf.
Mitte Antwort wahrscheinlich besser, oder? Anivia auf 3?
Quiet last series, we've seen Jax.
Anivia gut?
And the last time Vikla played Syndra in the Rise, it was rough, to say the least. It did not go well. They're just gonna pick Bard.
Yeah, they go for neither.
Und Anivia so gut hier.
Which is, honestly, is an interesting take on it, because it means DNS can't ban mid and tops. So they have to kind of split between. You get that prio bot lane that you want. You ban away the Jhin from...
Wird Kamil Antwort gespielt? Nein.
Doctam here. Vayne is going to get banned to give Judo a bit of an easier time. And it's Nautilus as well, protecting the returned hitbox of the Bard. And there's still, you know, things like Corki.
Could go Kate Karma as well. I mean, it's pretty difficult to ban out bot lane, I'd say, in game 1.
Yeah.
Like, just take away the most difficult things, and then they're going to get something really good anyway. So, just go with what you're least comfortable with.
And they will take out the Taliyah, so it's having to split the bans, because that Bard came in.
Okay, aber also erneut, ist Anivia nicht komplett OP für BFX? Verstehe ich irgendwas nicht?
So Vikla could just go...
Lee Sin ist sehr gut und Charvel ist auch ziemlich decent. Okay. Warum wird Anivia so viel weniger gespielt? Ich verstehe es nicht. Ohne dass irgendwas passiert ist.
If they do want to go a mage, but they could also just play Corki and just be pretty safe here, pretty standard. If they want to be more aggressive in the 2v2, they could play the likes of like Caitlyn Lux. Although that hasn't really been something Doctam and Peter have lent on so much. Look at the Sivir, which I think syncs up well with the Olaf. Is also good into like a very spell-based bot lane like the Bard Ezreal. I will say, can feel a bit awkward playing into Syndra, who's when you're short range, but I think it works. And then for Peter, are you going to just take Karma here into the Bard? Sivir Karma, something we saw a lot early in the season. You could also just go like the Shen, but they will just go for that Karma. So a lot of movement speed to back up this Olaf. And then for BNK Fear,
Alter, ich bin noch so besoffen von gestern. Ey, grüß dich. Es ist 13 Uhr, mein Freund.
is it going to be the Jax?
Was hast du gestern vorgehabt? Lucid ein 15er Streak.
Instead, looking at the Xante.
Ja, Jax immer noch nicht so gut.
Aatrox, he keeps poking his head up.
Und die DNS-Com sieht schon ziemlich gut aus, nicht wahr?
I don't know about this one. There are a lot of
Agreed, agreed.
Kled
is going to be what is picked. Now, Kled was 100% win rate until we saw last game.
And what was the differential? Jungle.
Yeah.
It's always jungle diff. Matchup like this can be very volatile. It's pretty all or nothing. So unless either of the top laners is able to naturally get a major advantage, I think it might come down to a jungle. To be fair, I will say in the last series, I feel like BFX Kled practice maybe wasn't as fortuitous as some other players. Definitely felt like he was struggling early in the matchup, even before the jungle showed up.
Yeah. You know, it's funny you said about the jungle because I really do feel like it's going to come down to how much focus we have from the Lee Sin, from the Pantheon. I'm also going to be looking at Vikla into Rise because much like Perfect into Olaf in the last game, Vikla did not have a good time. I know I've said it a lot, but it's a big thing to note because Syndra should not be losing that hard. And then the bot lane. Bot lane used to be all the focus. And now it's just kind of, well, the supports leave and you guys do your own thing. Clear the waves. That is your job, especially for Ducktime on the Sivir. It looks like we are ready to go. Let's hop into the rift for game number 1.
So. Ist Olaf Jang aktuell nicht so gut, warum sieht man ihn nie? Well, auf Tablet bekommst du viel mehr XP, viel mehr Ressourcen.
Important thing that we kind of skipped over before about the supers and the blue spice, okay?
Yep.
I do want to explain. I'm going to try my...
Auf Tablet funktioniert es besser auf jeden Fall.
So the supers in Korean is supos, right? And spice in Korean is spice. So it's kind of close. And apparently there has been a meme stating that the supers are very close to spice. They've been playing more spicy nowadays. And that's where this whole, you know, Sandstorm is greater than...
Interessant, du spielst mit Exhaust. Letztes Game hatten wir ja Ghost von...
and the spice, essentially.
Wow.
Von Zeus.
Really awful. I'm not sure how you feel, Ox, but I
Erneut dieser Ignite gegen Exhaust-Trade, den wir auch beispielsweise bei Jax gegen Olaf sehen. Exhaust hat halt eine Minute länger Cooldown. Also auf dem ersten Recast ist der Ignite-User eigentlich immer favored.
No, I'm not a Korean native or fluent in Korean or know much of Korean. So I feel like me judging it is pretty... Because maybe if, like, maybe to a Korean speaker, it does sound more similar. To me, I'm on your wavelength. I'm just like,
Well, it has the same last syllable when you say it in Korean. And obviously the word for spice in Korean is not spice. But if you say the English word spice with a, you know, with like a Korean accent, or if you're just, there are some words in Korean that you would use spice instead. It's pretty difficult to explain, as you can tell. And I think when it's really this difficult to explain, it's not going to hit for any of us.
No.
So maybe on the Korean side it does, but for us...
Matchup Mitte sah nicht so angenehm aus. Also auch da wieder auf einer nicht perfekt gefixten Wave zurückgeforst werden zum TPen. Das war nur ein Minion, fairerweise, aber trotzdem. Dementsprechend eine Wave mehr für Wickler, eine Wave mehr an Gold auch.
Spoiler.
that's terrible.
Das ist tot, oder?
Trade in top lane as he's off a Scarl, and it's very close actually. Oh, the flash! And the response from Voodoo is...
Oh!
Wow. Clear having...
Und schau mal, wer direkt Toplane läuft. Okay.
Saw in the last series.
Ui, ui, ui.
That was intense. And Dudu, no TP obviously, so has to make his way back up there. Notably when Exhaust, not the Ghost here.
Ja, und jetzt hast du halt auf dem nächsten Base, wie gesagt, hast du... Oder auf dem nächsten All-In-Fenster hast du das Ignite früher ab.
Exhausting someone is high value in teamfights to reduce their damage. But as an Olaf, really the Ghost helps a lot. I will say they have a Karma and a Sivir. So that'll give him some movement speed, but For me, this game, BNK FearX, I think there's more emphasis on them getting an early lead. You know, the Ezreal is going to spike earlier than the Sivir. The Syndra is going to fall off compared to the Ryze. I feel like that's also pretty true with the Kled compared to the Olaf. But I think they have the tools to get ahead early. They have a lot of playmaking potential. The Pantheon ult potential. The Syndra post level 6. Bard as well. But you really have to make use of it. Otherwise, I think if DNS are allowed to just naturally scale or get a lead, they're going to feel very comfortable.
Yeah. All right, Dudu's getting in there once again. He is not to be outdone, he says, as this time you don't have Ignite, says Dudu. Also, as we saw from Zeus, if you can get clear off of, or the Kled in general, off of Skarl early, then it's obviously going to significantly hinder his ability to trade and go for all-ins. So just trying to get him close to that.
And we did see Shovel was just on the top side when he went for that trade, so he knew he kind of had like the
Ich sehe halt Kled in... Guck mal, ich sehe... Was ist die Theorie in dem tollen Matchup? Die Theorie ist, dass der Kled einfach mit Raw-Stats gegen den Olaf gewinnt. Den outstattet. Was ich mich dann frage ist, okay, er kommt aus Lane raus und der Kled ist vielleicht ein weniger Head. Was machst du dann trotzdem gegen diesen Olaf? Der läuft ja immer noch in deine Backline rein und knallt dich, oder nicht?
Also notably, Doctam and Dudu, they have 2 exhausts on DNS. We have a lot of games where there's no exhausts, but
yeah,
that's going to feel pretty frustrating for BNK FearX.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think Dudu in that case probably should have gone for the Ghost. I mean, exhaust can be really powerful, especially against...
Bard-Ulti, ja, Bard-Ulti ist ganz nice. Nicht gegen den Olaf selbst, aber gegen quasi das Target, auf den der Olaf reinläuft. Das ist ganz geil.
Or, I mean, it's good into Syndra when she goes for the big combo and presses R. But besides that, I mean, I guess when the Kled goes in, sure, but...
I mean, I think they'll definitely... They'll find value from it. I think Dudu taking it was more about just winning the 1v1.
Jetzt kommen wir in diesen Exhaust versus Ignite, ne? Ihr seht, Ignite ist in 3 Sekunden ab. Exhaust nochmal 40, 50 Sekunden. Geiler Setup.
Charvel here, Vikla in a bit of trouble. We do have Raptor nearby, and the ward's going to spot Raptor. So Charvel says, okay, that's enough. We also had Clear coming down. So.
Auch sehr gute Kontrolle, da nicht überziehen.
The flash, and respect to Charvel for not overcommitting, trying to get more from it. Obviously doesn't have the kick, so I see you peering into the skin.
What is going on in that back animation?
It's like the... he's like a vampire or whatever. Isn't he? It's a Halloween skin. He's a bat.
Aha.
And so there's little bats.
And what is Skarl in this case?
What is Skarl in any case? I have no idea.
Well, specifically for the skin, he's
no, but
like
tell me what Skarl is.
Okay, well, last time I was casting with Wolf and he actually looked at...
Ist ein Fahrrad, okay. Skarl. Wenn ihr es genau haben wollt.
It's some kind of...
ein Fahrrad.
Universe mythical creature. It's not like a real thing, so obviously we're not supposed to know what it is.
Skarl isn't real? Well, I feel like you've just pulled back the curtain on this.
Wer ist euer Lieblings-LCK-Caster?
Thanks, Brent.
Yeah, wait until I tell you about the Tooth Fairy.
Why did you jump to the Tooth Fairy and not...
Because I was going to say the obvious one, but then I was like, you know, we have some kids out there.
Du, ihr Opfer vom englischen Cast, Mann.
I mean, obviously Santa Claus is...
Mein Gott.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, that one's obvious. How else would the presents get under the tree?
Yeah, of course.
Christmas? Who else is drinking the milk and eating the cookies?
Obviously.
Englische Obsess, ich hasse euch.
So, I don't want to worry any viewers. We're obviously not alluding to that.
Yeah, that's not what I meant. At all. So apparently Skarl is called...
Die Sache ist, ich mag Orc sehr, ist mein Lieblings-LCK-Caster. Die Frage ist nur, mag ich ihn, weil er auch eher negativ gestimmt ist? Er ist ja auch so ein bisschen ein Hate-Watcher. Ich glaube, das überträgt einfach, ne?
I think it's 2, but I don't know.
Is Skarl's cousin in the Odyssey? Is that... Maybe.
I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't know.
You realize
I could not have accessed the story before the movie.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Original story. How does he come up with this stuff?
I mean, how does any movie get made nowadays, other than by copying someone else's original idea?
Yeah. Hey, I mean, not just movies, but also in League of Legends, everyone's just copying each other's tech.
Was macht Closer da?
Dashing into him.
Was zur Hölle hat Closer da gemacht? What the fuck?
No, he doesn't. First blood goes over to Vikla. And Closer goes
Was?
in, he goes out, and then he goes down.
You know, normally
Hat ja nicht mal den Router.
you feel so confident taking skirmishes on it, but into Syndra Pantheon.
We're going in with the charge as the exhaust comes out. And
Auch interessant, er kann weglaufen. Wenn er ihn dismountet, kann er vor dem Q2 weglaufen mit seiner Ulti.
Down, if you could have just ghosted, you know. I
no,
think more to stop the
that's
damage.
what it's for.
Okay.
Specifically that moment there. And now Dudu is dead. He doesn't.
Und die Map ist cooked.
And that's a Pantheon. And when you're that low, he presses Q and you die.
Yeah. I mean, I think, honestly, you could have just saved the flash. I think in that situation, the thing is, it's not a TP. It's a spear comes from the sky. You know it's Pantheon.
Yeah.
And you know he has a point-and-click stun, and he has an execute. So I think probably could have just held the flash there.
Yeah.
And here's the play.
Was macht Closer da? Hä?
Far forward, and then just gets stunned, and even flashes and still gets stunned.
Er hatte ja da kein Root, kein gar nichts. Also keinerlei.
되는데 나 탑공 되는데.
I can go for a top.
뒤에다 찍어놨어. 뒤에
I mean, you
찍어놨어.
just see
I'll
the
go
angle here. It's
behind
like, wow, he's so dead.
찌르다가 나와 무조건. 나와. 나이스.
Yeah.
좀 주자 이러고.
Nice.
Then Olaf flash in chat.
Yeah. Gotta ping that cooldown. And honestly, I mean, an Olaf that's behind against a matchup like this, against a Pantheon, we talked about how important the jungle is for this, but he already got kind of behind in the early trades, and then Raptor shows up. Like, he is just so doomed at the moment. Like, it's not the end of the game for the Olaf because we know what he can do and just run into the backline and stuff, but this is not going to be that game-taking over style Olaf that we've seen.
And Raptor's just taking control now of the enemy jungle, forcing Shovel away, getting the camps. Oh.
Yeah, Dudu says, well, I can still do this. As in goes Raptor, he does so much damage. It's insane. As he already has this understand.
Oh mein Gott, okay.
Die
DNS spielt so komisch und nicht gut. Was macht Dogdam denn da? Großer Gott. Okay.
To deny us some more fun and make it just a 1-for-1.
Honestly, looked a little precarious for DNS. Even though they got the jump onto Vikla, I was a bit worried for them. But they managed to make an equal trade. But it still feels like BNK definitely the ones in control here.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Grüß Gott, hallo.
Actually, the difference in the jungle right now is very palpable. You see that Raptor comes up, chunks Peter.
It was so disrespectful there. And then here, Closer's not quite in range initially. And then ults here, they managed to take out Closer. Vikla just dies to an auto attack.
Also wie die teilweise einfach so straight Midi reinlaufen gegen die Gegner, ne? Das ist...
I think it was back up in time.
Ja.
But either way,
Das ist...
Supports are just having fun.
I mean, Raptor feels really strong right now, and the fact that it's 3-1 and a bit of a goal lead for BNK is how they want the game to be. They want to be ahead. They want to try and find that favor early, but they need to continue this momentum. Any slip-ups could be very costly in this game. I've seen Dogdam's gone for the Yuntal, which has kind of risen in priority to get a buff recently, but it's definitely a scaling AD carry option for a role that already is more about scaling.
Yeah, and a champion specifically who's also really about scaling and running really fast. So
Dogdam can always just go for that 400 CS win con. We've seen it before.
is that why you play Sivir sometimes?
Perhaps.
I don't feel like Sivir is a good solo queue pick. What do you
No.
think?
Situational, but usually not.
I see.
Kind of depends on the matchup.
So that's why you play with me, right?
All right.
I mean, your Ziggs is really good. I'm just throwing in a compliment, you know? Just trying to be nice.
This was such a backhanded compliment.
I think Sivir is just not that interesting. personally.
Okay.
It just kind of farms and doesn't really do a whole lot.
I think.
Also die Sivir ist eigentlich ziemlich OP. Doc mit Junta plus BF.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, the ricochet.
Rein Q-Damage und so weiter. Interessant, dass sie sich komplett gegen den Fight entscheiden.
Looking for Peter, but and this is one of the nice things about Karma into
Ich weiß noch nicht, ob Solo oder mit Karma zusammen.
To kind of get out of the tempered fate. I mean, your AD carry also has a spell shield, so they're doing pretty good as well. And it's now a Dragon Apiece Mountain Soul on the cards, so definitely a big boon. I feel like more so for DNS than for BNK FearX.
Heute werden wir Schalker.
Like
Was?
things like a Syndra and
804.
the Mountain Shield value is really high. DNS feels like they have a lot more DPS in their composition. Rather than just the raw.
Ja, aber so viel. Warum haben die den Drake so früh abgegeben? Klar, ich verstehe kein Rod of Ages, aber.
Like the forward swing of the big boomerang and the backward swing of it.
Yeah, I think dodging either of those is probably a positive thing to do. Something to work on, I guess.
But instead, he has just taken 1 million damage, and he does have TP. So he says, that's why I took TP. Also, I got my Trinity Force. And
Kennst du eigentlich noch Gilius? Ich kenne tatsächlich Gilius, ja.
The glutinous or the gluttonous? Which is it?
it's gluttonous.
Okay. Sound very sure of that.
Yeah. A lot of our other casters are trying to make us unsure about it, but I think it's pretty obvious
Ja, ich mag den Sivir-Item-Bild sehr.
when it is.
Raw Damage.
Gonna get some vision control up here.
Gut.
As we have the Herald spawning in a few seconds.
Dann von mir aus Fourth-Item auch erst Navori, nicht mal zwingend als drittes. LDA als drittes und diese Sivir macht so viel Damage.
They have closed in the top lane. You can Realm up in level 11. Obviously not the biggest spike in terms of items for the Rise, but right now Peter trying to get some pressure on Taeyun. Warthog disrupt the stun, and the spell shield even on the True Shot Barrage. Things are coming in. They're looking.
Yeah, Sharvel wants to set something up, but he gets bound up by the Bard. As now we are going to have the Temper Fate coming in. Clear is here first, and he is on that back line. Duckdom not able to get away from the Kled, and now he's just dead.
Okay.
And here comes the charge as well. The
Well.
follow-up is absolutely there. Tons of damage into Dudu. And the rest of them do get away, but it's a big fight win to BNK FearX.
To me, this felt so indecisive from DNS. You know, initially they wanted to go for the Pantheon, but the Pantheon's so good at buying time, especially with a Bard. And then they just looked really lost as to what to do after the fact. I think BNK FearX mitigated the initial play, got the TPs in, target selection was great, took out Dockdown. We can see it here. So initially they're looking for the Pantheon, but the two things that come through is firstly it's a Pantheon, right? So you're never going to kill him quickly. And secondly, the TPs come in, and you can see DNS kind of hesitate after the stun, like should they go for this? But then he stuns Peter and they're like, okay, well I guess we fight, but they just buy so much time. And Dockdown ends up in this really uncomfortable position, and honestly just does a terrible flash. So you've lost your AD carry, your Olaf has to ult and run away. Just not a good.
Der letzte Auto-Attack von Klett mit Cleaver, mit Hydra ist so krass.
It was a
Halbweitsspiel
very
gezogen gerade.
kind of situation they found themselves in after that committal. And for Kellen, really made his job easy. Really like the.
Aber ich glaube, der war fairerweise auch gepaart, ne? Der war fairerweise gepaart mit.
In and is able to like set up
Mit
a
Magic
kick onto the Pantheon. Maybe then you can kill him fast enough.
Yeah.
Like before even the TP comes in, but
It was a great peel from Kellen there just to stall out the play and extend it. It's now a 3,300 gold lead in favor of BNK FearX, which is very sizable, and they've followed that trajectory that they really want with that composition. Dragon up in a minute 15, which you want to look for, but first they're going to throw that Herald down bot lane. Kled's going to move in and respond, and Kled is a nightmare to dive, so he's very safe, even though you have a lot of DNS members on the top side of the map. And the Herald's just going to hit bot lane with no one really to respond yet. In fact, it looks like it's going to get a second charge here. So big win for BNK FearX.
yeah. And I'm not really sure why they were so deep on the top side, speaking of which. Well, at least he's Lee Sin, so no, he's just dead. Taeyun is going to pick up his second kill. And now it's clear who's actually the one who is diving, but Peter is here, going to hop off Skarl, and now he doesn't really have enough damage, just gets burst down by Dudu. Raptor shows up late.
Whoa.
It's getting messy. Speaking of which, on the hunt comes in, we got a TP as well, and now it's Raptor versus 4 people. And yeah, you can survive for a long period of time, but not in this
Okay, dann Sivir ist gut.
shutdown.
1-7 CS.
I'm really confused about...
HDKT 2-1 actually.
coming in on the
2-1 haben wir.
It's a situation where you had the favorable play mid, you managed to pick up the Lee Sin.
Immer noch favored.
I think just BNK FX trying to do too much here. So this is good. You get the Lee Sin, fine, great, positive. You then could have taken this time just to push mid and maybe get some plates off the top tower, maybe get some vision around bot side as they're attacking your Kled. But instead, you see them all start to drift up. And the Pantheon ult comes in so late. So late. And when you have no flash in your intro,
Okay, außerdem entschieden, nach diesem Game wird der Router kurz restartet.
no outs.
Hab nochmal 400 Frames gedroppt und das tue ich mir heute Abend nicht an, dass hier meine LCS oder sowas Internet gefickt ist und vor BLG-Series und so.
Yeah.
Gar keinen Bock drauf.
Don't really have any...
Oh, die kommen raus. Wow, nur Schavel ist tot.
And by they, I mean everyone except Charvel. As now Clear is dealing with a Kled, but he's got a Karma to help him out.
Yeah, I think maybe if they were a bit more... Oh,
Okay, they're gonna...
Läuft BLG nicht schon? Nein.
Peter is getting...
Animal Search gegen TT läuft gerade und die gehen in Game 3.
You got the Scatter of the Week on a Kled.
Er ist ein sehr wichtiger Drake zum Scalen, auf jeden Fall.
They just walk away.
yeah. Once
Mit Mord davon gekommen.
BNK FX still very...
Scaling-wise Doctor natürlich, der ist sehr stark. Problem ist, er geht nach Voris und nicht LDR. LDR wäre, glaube ich, einfach viel besser gewesen.
You can see pings now coming out towards the top side of the map and those jungle camps. You could have already made moves there. You could have already been hitting the mid tier 2. There's lots of things you could have done instead of chasing DNS, and I think you got Sharble, and it should have been pretty clear after that. I mean, it was clear to us. It was clear to, I'm pretty sure everyone watching at home. They were out. Even the Bartle catching Peter didn't really change anything. So I just think BNK FX need to be better at cutting their losses. You see this play here. I do think if DNS coordinated this a bit better, actually it was the stun on Sharble that stopped him getting into the Realm Warp. That's
Telekom, ich kann sich über Telekom
You got a
beschweren.
big trade down on the bottom side, I think.
Er verliert das nach, auch mit Exhaust.
United.
Interessant, dass er nicht exhaustet.
Closer alone in the top lane.
Okay, aber irgendwas... Rein von den Plays her ist es so komisch, oder nicht?
They're not able to get there in time. So looks like a magical journey into dive caught them off guard.
a good play there by BNK FX and extending that lead they have. Sharville's just going to push the mid wave out in response.
Yeah. Just feels like BNK FX are a team that, you know, for better or for worse, they're just going to keep going in. As congratulations to Kellen, by the way, 5,000 assists. He does hit it.
Wow.
The fourth support to do it behind Carrier, Lahens, and Barrel.
Huge
So,
achievement for him. And looking to
Ja, das Scaling, das dwindelt alles gerade ein bisschen, wenn du halt weiterhin gecatcht wirst. Also da kommt deine Sieber nicht schnell genug hinterher mit den Items.
The stun doesn't connect from Kellen, but the slow is there, the stun is there, the damage is definitely there. Now, does get a trade on Titanium, but nothing else really going to come from that.
Wayway hat For Real einen HC gekauft und der hat auch For Real 2% Damage gemacht.
The wave top is a little hesitant, but I mean, so is Closer after what just happened to him. Realm Warp is available though if they want to make a play. And Dudu's taking the fight here. Remember, no Ignite on the Kled.
Ja, der Exhaust.
And Exhaust
Wow.
available.
he's got his team with him, too. He's going to flash over the wall, but that's a follow
Wow.
flash. And now Clear goes down.
Stark. Geil gesehen.
Dudu had
Geil gemacht. Aber jetzt hat er kein Flash mehr.
before this fight even began, and especially with the summoner lead, he just finds him there. Closer very fast, just runs away. And it kind of feels like, I mean, BNK FX are ahead, but there are many times in this game where we're like, are they? It doesn't feel like they're using this lead.
Der hat auch kein Flash, aber ich glaube, der Olaf ist ein bisschen Flash-abhängiger in
I feel like
Teamfights.
this is the point in the game where they are really strong, and DNS is only going to get stronger from here on out and scale up in a really big way. So I am pretty concerned right now for BNK FX, despite the fact they're in an advantageous position. Being concerned, I'm pretty concerned for Dudu.
Yeah, he's very dead. And really the only question is, does Raptor get a assist or the kill? He is not going to get the assist. And now Kellen is going to get a binding down. Actually catches the two of them, but he's already dead. As it looks like little ability came out there very quickly. As the charge now coming in, looking to punish on a closer. He is down. We are just all over the place right now.
This is...
Echt Pause Fußball?
I
VfB.
think we can definitely say that. A lot of scrapping,
Yeah.
a lot of fighting. See champion, kill champion seems to be MO right now for both of these teams. And obviously so far that has been working better for BNK FX. There's been some trades coming through. I think BNK FX want to keep pushing the pace of the game, but
잠깐만 이거 싸울게요. 맞아.
this does feel very
썬다
chaotic
썬다
in the way they're doing it. Here,
썬다 봐줘.
Kled has no Ignite
진짜
to
끝까지
help out the
볼게.
1v1, and there's the backup of the Sivir
가운데,
Karma
가운데.
coming, so
I like the way he was calling that the whole time. He's like, I'm going to go for the fight. I am fighting. Back me up. I'm going to go for the all-in. Like, he's really trying to make it very clear exactly what he's doing at every point.
You know, Kellen nearly survived here, but by getting Closer's flash, he does just kind of ensure he is...
Well, sie sollten auf jeden Fall den nächsten Drake geben.
So at least he got that value out of it.
Olaf ist deutlich stärker im Toplane. Mehr XP, mehr Gold.
Ja.
Sollten definitiv diesen Drake geben, oder nicht? Auch wenn Dokdam 3 Items hat. Kein Flash auf Dudu.
Yep.
Kein Flash auf Closer.
This Civ is starting to get strong. And it is definitely a cause for concern for BNK Fear.
I guess Royal Rage ist procced jetzt gleich bei Closer. Das ist dann 15.
Map.
Wenn er noch einen Wave catcht.
Dude, if DNS can get this one. That's a big if. Trying to get set up in the area. Even though Realm Warp isn't available yet, TP comes in.
Oh, you got
wow.
Olaf is already here.
Wow.
Those are not quite, as Dudu is
Okay.
running out of his Ragnarok, but down will go Vikla.
I mean, well played.
And now it's just
Oh, Schabel.
City here from the side of BNK Fear. Tatum does not get over the wall.
Nichts gesagt.
Take a huge fight.
Wie kann, also, wie kann, okay, wie ist Victor da gelandet? Aber das war ein verdammt geiler Fight.
Just hit
Well played.
critical mass there. The target selection, excellent in that fight.
That's Al. He's getting you.
Yeah, watch out for Al and his bowling alley.
Al's alley.
Yeah. So, Shovel will live. They will get the Baron. Will they get back in time to get the Dragon is another question. I'm going to recall now and move in. But this fight, I feel like Vikla's angle just gets caught off by the Olaf and they jump him. Even with the stasis, even with the Tempered Fate, does nothing to the Olaf, who just runs Vikla down. And then Dokdam's getting so much damage out here with these ricochets. Has really come online. Shovel doesn't find the follow-up on the kick with the Sonic Wave, but it doesn't matter.
They're happy, but also very stressed. As
Yeah,
you can
understandable.
tell.
This has been a stressful game. It's still being KFX with the goal lead, but can they contest this Dragon? Raptor has flash and ult to get in, but it might end up being a one-way trip.
Probably going to have a charge engage here from Clear on the bottom side. Is Temper Fate going to catch everyone?
Tempered Fate ist gut, oder nicht? Sogar, also gut für DNS, oder nicht? Ah, schaut euch Olaf an. Balanced. Lasst euch nichts vormachen. Also, der Champ ist sehr balanced. 1 gegen 4 da gerade.
And this has gone from bad to worse for BNK Fear X. DNS are rolling over them as they land the root there, and that'll be the ace for DNS.
Ich glaube, unironically war die Bart-Ulti noch ganz geil für DNS sogar.
Ahead. And I feel like we're being pretty critical. Like, yes, you're ahead, but these little mistakes are going to cost you, and they have. They have cost BNK Fear X a lot in this game, or what might be the game itself. Just not able to contest DNS right now.
3-0 Hertha.
Everything kind of backfired.
Die spielen doch erst seit 30 Minuten, ne?
And then the two-shot barrage misses, and they're not able to get follow-up afterwards, so it kind of just buys time.
Ja, geiler Call. Ja, wieder mein Fehler, Mann.
Dudu goes in and trades his life with
Muss man erwarten.
Syndra, and then they all realm warp in, and Knockdown is positioning.
35, ja. Was ist das für eine Kinderverarsche?
Play. Just able to get these autos down.
Das machen meine Heidenheimer.
And then even has the on the hunt here to chase down the Ezreal. A huge fight win there. Another Dragon picked up for DNS, and now it's them with a 3,000 gold lead. And you know what? All that happened pre-actualizer. Closer just picked up the actualizer, so things kind of just went from bad to really, really bad.
Yeah. Quite horrendous, you could say. And
yeah, it's also, you know what's the worst thing is when you buy a Seeker's Arm Guard.
Yeah.
Ja, und jetzt ist Rise Level 16 plus Actualizer. Also jetzt kritische Masse. Dokdam noch nicht das LDA fertig, aber...
No.
And you're behind, so you're
Chris
not
Pancake.
getting gold. You're not even close to Azonia's. Feels bad, man.
Kills Batman?
Yeah. And Robin.
Oh.
And the Joker, actually.
What about the Penguin?
Yeah. I'm okay with it.
The Riddler?
We don't have a Penguin champion, do we?
There's
Penguin Garen.
champions we could have. I know people talk about there's a lot of champions. It's like, you know, surely at this point it's hard to find ideas. That doesn't
Oh,
work.
Actualizer drauf und bumm. Atombombe.
Help from Kellen, and no, he does get away. Kellen will have to give his life for it, though, as the Realm Warp is coming in, and Tim gets away again just to die. So he got away multiple times and then died anyway. I guess he didn't get away in the end.
I thought I nearly cast a Kirsty when I said I think he's dead here. He actually survived way longer than I thought, but in the end does go down. Dokdam now has Model Reminder, by the way. He's full 4 items.
Mortal Reminder, warum?
Sivers
Wieso Mortal Reminder? Wieso Mortal Reminder? Wieso Mortal Reminder? Warum nicht LDA hier?
But it's still enough from Peter.
Kein Healing, by the way. 0,0 Healing bei BFX.
Not very much when an ult
0,0 Healing.
on top of you.
Es macht mich so saui.
Yeah, the double flash to take out the Syndra does allow them to also get this mid inhibitor. And at this point, I
Wirklich, nicht 0 Healing.
feel a little over for being
Und so viel HP.
not lacking the damage a little here, trying to find the angle.
So viel HP.
Yeah. I mean, we had a 3-0 Ezreal. We had a Pantheon that was 2-0 and very far ahead of the jungle. They had a lot of setup.
Das macht keinen Unterschied mehr, aber es geht ums Prinzip. Das je
Absolutely.
Stark.
Oh, that is a huge play on a Tame.
Stark, Mann.
Just having fun with it as Kellen's like, here, go for it. Sets him up perfectly and Charles.
Ezreal, nicht worth it. Nicht worth dafür mal Moment zu gehen. LDA macht am Endeffekt mehr Damage an dem.
Down will go clear too.
Also viel mehr Damage sogar.
They have a wave in mid if they would like to end it now.
And moments like these, I'm honestly left wondering, what would DNS have looked like if they had Charvel from day one? Because it has been a night and day difference. We see Raptor trying to go for the stun, but it's spell shielded.
Yeah, that is still Sivir, and he is ready with the spell shields. Great game from
GG.
Dom. And Charles
Gut durchgescaled.
it up, but he does have GA.
Warum spielen die jetzt einen auf, wenn es nicht mehr geht, weil sie nicht mehr mit Pioschik spielen müssen, der Kotzkrücke?
Can just go for the end as Vikla. He will get knocked down by Dom.
That's why.
As they were very far behind until
GG.
he just totally took over the game.
Du schaust echt so gut, ja, ich finde schon sehr solid.
They were able to answer back in enough ways. They were able to get.
Okay, zuhören, du hinter der Kamera. Ich muss jetzt, oder ich werde jetzt den Router restarten, weil sonst bekomme ich irgendwann heute Nacht bei LCS auf einmal Frame Drops und dann bin ich richtig sauer, okay? Ich bin in 5 Minuten wahrscheinlich wieder da. Ihr müsst sofort den Stream refreshen und ihr bleibt gefälligst hier. Ihr werdet eh nicht alle hier bleiben, aber ihr bleibt gefälligst hier. Stream wird kurz ausgehen, sehr wahrscheinlich, ja. Bis gleich. Aha, guck mal, wir sind back. Okay. Hallo. So. Man lebt wieder. Grüß Gott. So. Hallo. War der Stream off? Ja, der Stream war offline, ne? Ja, okay, sehe ich. Okay, geiles Jersey, danke, danke. So, jetzt sollten wir fein sein. Sehr gut. Jetzt teste ich noch kurz, ob ich uploaden kann. Das wäre nämlich jetzt sehr gut. Hallo Marius. So, probieren wir uploaden. Müsste jetzt auch funktionieren wieder. Und dann sind wir komplett am Chillen. Ja, sieht gut aus. Perfekt. Okay. Okay, es ist eure Duty. Wenn ich mich, also, ich versuche mich dran zu erinnern. Freitags abends Router restarten, wöchentlich. Verkaufen die LPL-Teams das in der EU? Well, es gibt Leaning, theoretisch, aber ich habe über eBay gekauft. Und die Qualität passt voll. Habe auch eine Ding bestellt jetzt. Hab mir auch eine Jacke bestellt, die kommt auch bald. Also über eBay ist sehr problemlos bisher gewesen bei mir. Hallo Cornus. Ja, irgendwie Freitag oder so Freitagabends nach dem Stream mal Router restarten. Hast du 2-0 von Hertha gesehen? Warte. Nein, noch nicht. Schau mal, Hertha BSC 2-0. Motzen Winkler. Ach du Scheiße, aber uff. Boah! Junge! Was? Was ist das denn für ein Tor gewesen? Entschuldigung, wie bitte? Das ist krank.
Raptor was back to my third team all vote form. And then they got Blue Shell.
Krank.
Blue Spice of the DN Automotive Supers, who are playing the role of spoiler and did it yet again. They're up 1-0 over B&K FearX.
Some people said.
Oh, wait.
Some people said I was overreacting.
I said that.
When I said DN Supers beat Genji 2-0 in Kespa Cup.
Yes.
They were on a roll. They beat Nongshim twice. And we were all watching B&K last week. It wasn't the cleanest. They stopped Genji, and they got the spice. Okay, they got the blue spice from that fan
That's the
side.
sell. We're just spicing it.
And they
Ja, schon 3 Runden fürs Prime-Finale, das ist krank, ja.
with no issues in the early game. It was a totally legitimate prediction from myself and Pony. We knew exactly what was going to happen, and I rest my case.
Just bring that.
Perfect early game.
Just bring that one highlight that I'm just gonna like have for B&K FearX because it was.
Julian für die 385 und Philbo danke für die 575er.
The disconnection between Chevelle and.
Was ein K-Spiel mit Carney noch nicht festgelegt. Für mich selbst noch nicht festgelegt.
From a jungle Raptor, I think it was great play by B&K FearX overall. I think this is the reason why I don't really like Karma support, you know? It does something in lane, but outside of the lane, you can't really do anything. And I think B&K FearX knew that they can just easily win earlier skirmishes with the Pantheon, and Raptor, he was doing the grubs, but looking at the top side at the same time, Dudu was greeting after using his Ragnarok, and it was clean ultimate usage from him.
Yeah, that wasn't really a great situation.
Kann er auch Bock, ne dann?
For the DN Supers. The early game of this Pantheon comp was really strong, but what I know I'm memeing a lot.
You are memeing a lot.
But what B&K do and what the Casters Illustrated is they go in on everything. They take every fight.
True.
the Bard play from Kellen in this game left a lot to be desired because a lot of these fights were misexecution on his ultimate. Like, Vikla had Arm Guard. He uses it. It's layered with the Bard ultimate. So he actually gets no value. Now they don't have the Bard ultimate for the fight. The fight's totally split.
I mean, initially, why Vikla was
Why is he even there? Why is he even
why
there?
was he there, by the way? Like, why our Syndra is...
Ja, aber die Sache ist genauso wie Wickler da mispositioned war, musst du dich natürlich davor fragen, was zur Hölle war das bei...
Yeah, as you said,
was zur Hölle war das vorher, zum Beispiel von Closer.
normally just take all the fights, even though they can just drop it and look for another objective that they can just take it on the other side. But I think it's just lack of setups.
Well,
Ja, da drin nur Heinheim, ja, das
this
ist krank.
BNK FearX squad and Raptor specifically, Budget Kanavi. He does take all the fights,
I mean,
and
he
when
does it.
BNK win, they do exactly this. They take the early lead, and then they snowball it out of control, but
This comp scales so well for the side of DNS. They've got Duck Dumb on a Sivir, scaling online. Let's talk about the Tempered Fate in the next fight as well. 'Cause we got Taeyun. Roll the clip. Roll highlight the next highlight because I want to show this Tempered Fate as well as Taeyun's looking for the True Shot Barrage here. And this time it's clear who
Ich sag, die Bard-Ulti hier war... Ich sag, die Bard-Ulti war gut für DNS.
right on the back.
Und ein guter Kick von Schabel auch.
And then the True Shot Barrage is denied. The Tempered Fate ruins the Kled engage. And then Olaf on the other side of the fight gets everything done. Yes, he dies for it, but the value is so incredibly high for Dudum. And then they just push through with the Realm Warp, run them down, and the game is done.
I think at the beginning of the fight, it was really great tempo usage from BNK FearX. So it was the moment that they should just go on the target. But when the Bard uses the Tempered Fate on them, I think that was the tempo that for Olaf to just come in late, and then it was just right timing for the DNS. So I feel like it was just a misusage and then understanding about how they want to take the objective fight, because again, it's the same issue. I don't want to see this again.
DNS got lucky in this game. I
True.
think we could be very upfront about it. I was trying to act like I knew all along as a bit of a bit.
War Trümmer nicht besser als Stan? Nein,
They should have lost this game. Now they have this advantage.
fand ich nicht.
Mental game
Persönlich.
for BNK. They're going to have to be the true fearless foxes here because they really need to step it up and get back into this, because having such a lead like that, tossing it away, is not feeling great when you still have stakes. DNS do not.
and DNS, remember, they've gotten lucky in the past, but they haven't always been able to close out for a victory. The change is real. Let's see if they're able to steal the whole series away.
Thank you very much, guys, as we're getting ready for game number 2. And
Mange BLG los, also in China haben wir noch Game 3, also dieses Game hier können wir noch schauen und dann geht BLG los.
you can just snowball the game and win.
Make your own luck.
Also easy.
Yeah.
Alle Zeit der Welt.
Make your own lock and first pick it. Feeling lucky, Punk? I'm gonna need you to lock in here for game 2.
Anyway, I'm just gonna pretend
Wird Bin wieder spielen? Nein. Wir haben noch Flandre heute, aber die Rumors sind...
it now, and we can focus.
Wie viel Subs du mit für den restlichen Tag offline gehst? Warum soll ich für den restlichen Tag offline gehen?
Spacers, we're back here.
Was hast du denn gegen mich?
Feeling about game 2.
Pretty good. I think there was obviously some good early momentum by BNK FearX, as the space said. Couldn't carry it through, got outscaled. But I'm excited.
Wir haben Rumors gesehen, dass Bin anscheinend wieder Richtung Ende der Regular Season oder Richtung Playoffs starten soll oder spielen soll.
Because that looked like an uninsured journey. And they got into
Weil meine Schmerzensgrenze wissen, 2000 Subs sind, ich gehe heute den restlichen Tag offline.
Car is broken and they don't have a way of getting it fixed.
That doesn't sound very good, Ox. I have to say, always getting
So, Abfahrt, Game 2.
and maybe they will in game 2 because we're gonna pick the blue side. First pick goes over to DN Supers.
Yeah,
See what this
same
draft looks like.
again, because last time it was also DN Supers who had first pick in that situation. And they went Poppy, Lucian Vi as the first 3 bands. I think the Poppy band.
Du gehst auch nicht für 2000 Subs offline? Für 2000 Subs würde ich jetzt so schnell offline gehen. Vertrau mir.
Trying to get as their
Vertrau mir, für 2000 Subs wäre ich so schnell offline den restlichen Tag.
overlooked in the last draft completely. And yeah, this is just same bands across the board. Vi here, Camille here. And then, do we look towards the Nocturne for DNS? Oh, okay. Okay, this is a change. They want Vi first pick, and they ban the Lulu. So if it
The Nocturne trade.
do you ban Camille, or do you ban Vi? feel like Vi is more of the issue. There's a lot of picks you can take in the Camille. We've seen Shen be very successful. Leona was successful during EWC. So I would personally ban the Vi and then look to counter the Camille if they first pick it.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. They're not going to agree. They are going to go ahead and ban the Camille. Now, we'll see if Charvel does go for
Ja, Vi offen.
Yes, he will. Little
Yep.
smirk on the
Lucian Milio ist nicht available. Lulu ist nicht available.
Ezreal is gone when the Vi is being...
Rice Syndra raus. Midlane-Situation ist ein bisschen interesting, ne? Gehen wir jetzt Richtung Any-Territorium, schon fast.
Safely, Jin is a pick who obviously you can sit back miles away and fire off your ult. That being said, the pairings of Karma, Bard also gone, so they'll just lock in Shen, presumably for Kellen.
So, wir gehen nicht besser, weil Renekton offen, right? Okay, es geht gegen Rumble Ari.
And then an Ari. Interesting, the Vi
Das ist
Ari
eine ziemlich starke First Free.
played so much.
Das ist eine sehr, sehr starke First Free tatsächlich.
Maybe in 2025 as well, to like a great amount of success. But for DN Supers here, this is just very straightforward team fighting that they have so far from the
Erik, danke für den neuen Tan.
Now for
Dankeschön.
BFX, do you try and match one of these lanes? Do you try and pick your top lane matchup into the Rumble? Or are they just going to go for the jungle before it gets banned away and they go for the Jarvan here?
Ja, Jarvan Value finde ich okay-ish. Ja, genau.
The Ari.
Ja,
here,
finde ich okay-ish.
It does put pressure on Doctam as to what he's going to play in the AD carry role.
Yeah, I mean, no Ezreal. Sivir also gone, but you can play Corki. Maybe they ban away the Corki.
I think banning away the Corki makes a lot of sense. They go for the Kai'Sa first and foremost, which is honestly a good read because I think Kai'Sa be successful in a Jhin and also just sync so well with this composition. And DN Super is just banning.
Kaiser Corki macht's unangenehmer. Wir gehen auf jeden Fall in die Saya Rakan. Das machen wir nicht. Das ist nämlich extremster Bait.
It's not like a counter, but we see it all.
Oh, sie könnten actually Kalista Renata abfeuern.
In that matchup.
Sie könnten Kalista Renata abfeuern, tatsächlich.
As a ban. BNK Furex, I think Corki could make sense, but they go for the Rakan instead.
Galioban, ich wäre, glaube ich, eher bei Orm.
So, I think Doctam was pretty okay in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, Zyra Khan into Jarvan doesn't feel all that great. We do have Lissandra also banned, which has been an answer in Ari in the past.
Yep, and looks pretty good, honestly, with the current sort of Imperial...
Ja, ich glaube, du kannst Kalista Renata hier slammen. Tatsächlich.
So not too much of a surprise there. Saving the mid pick, though, for the time being for Vikla. It could
Okay, jetzt ist Corki offen natürlich. Jetzt können sie Corki picken.
I could see him just bringing that...
Easy Corki Nautilus.
He's playing Udyr.
Okay, was Claire the one who was playing Udyr? No, it was Perfect, actually, who had that Udyr game not that... I mean, a while ago now, but...
Yeah.
Okay, well, I feel like Udyr is this one that was that meta when he was like a prominent top laner, and then he just kind of resurfaces every now and then when a player's like, I can make it work. I played this in solo queue, it was sick. We'll see. The bot lane for DN Supers, I think Corki's the straightforward standard one.
Warum haben die Udyr?
Duckdom was saying it. He was also saying something else. Realm.
Warum haben die Udyr?
Well, works pretty good here.
Boah, diese Com schreit nicht gerade Damage, oder? Meinungen?
Life a little difficult.
Das ist der AP-Sustain, das ist 100% wieder dieser komplette Useless Full Tank Udyr.
Could be Annie for Vikla.
Leider.
He did not say Annie. He said Akali. Akali, pretty interesting. Akali has definitely risen up in the meta. And
Irgendwie spricht mich der Draft jetzt nicht mit Hoffnung an von BFX.
fallen off, such as Victor. I don't think Victor would have been great here, honestly. But yeah, definitely a lot of mobility on this pick. You can try to get away from some of that engagement.
Also, oder? Also,
See in the Vi and the
ja, finde ich jetzt nicht, also, ja, weiß ich nicht.
to get around that. And Vikla, definitely well known for playing like Annie, Lissandra, even Morgana in the past. Just straightforward stuff. Akali is not really in that same
He
vein.
did have that. There was
Schreit jetzt nicht Excitement.
start of the year. I remember like him solo killing Chovy as the
True.
Akali into the
Azir.
Azir. So that's definitely a more favored matchup towards the Akali. But we'll see what he can do on this pick in this matchup. And I was just trying to look through his solo queue. I mean, on his main account, I don't see a single Udyr game. So maybe this is tech he's kept hidden. We'll have to see.
Yes. The Udyr tech. very scary stuff. I mean, definitely can have a good matchup into the Rumble. Can win in very long trades and tank up the damage. We'll see how it goes as we hop on the Rift for game number 2.
Sieht aus, als würdest du Jim auch nicht durchziehen. Guck mal, du bist
Starts with Vikla
der Gegenpol zu Katsura.
against a
Und das finde ich toll. Dankeschön.
Well, he flashed very
Dankeschön.
so maybe I think he'll definitely have it before Charvel hits level 6.
Das ist sehr lieb.
They're invading on the back of this Udyr, who is pretty crazy powerful level 1. Being able to just stun anyone he wants. Udyr's trying to take a path round. But this does mean that Raptor got it.
Der Bruder wirklich mitbringen in den Kopf, weil es ja auch gar keinen Sinn ergibt. Weil es gar keinen Sinn ergibt, was der Typ gesagt hat.
So,
Ich schwöre, es hat keinen Sinn ergeben.
suspect the possibility, and presumably
Das Problem ist nur, dass der es wahrscheinlich wirklich ernst gemeint hat. Das ist das Problem.
It is his namesake.
Raptor does do that pretty often.
Yeah,
He's
he
known
will
for it, in
be
fact.
Spotted now, so they have the information that Raptor is doing their Raptors. No ping coming out yet. I always expect when I see someone show on the map, there's gonna be like ping, 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 ping.
Yeah.
But I guess they can just say it in chat as well.
We oftentimes
Udyr top, ja. Und es ist wahrscheinlich wieder Tank Udyr und ich hasse Tank Udyr.
do it this time.
Es muss Liandris. Nein, die kaufen nicht mal Liandris. Es ist full Tank.
And eventually the game plan is just to become.
Oh, warte mal, stimmt, das ist das alte Phoenix-Icon bei Udyr. Lol, links oben.
Yeah.
The problem,
Hä?
the major issue with Udyr is not the lane. The major issue is that eventually the lane phase will finish and you have an Udyr.
Yeah. The problem is that you drafted Udyr. You know.
I mean, there is sometimes where Udyr is just so tanky and annoying and difficult to deal with, but he's just like in some ways, like a worse Singed.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen some other games where some really lane-focused picks get some value in team fights, like that 80 in Italy game we had where he eventually entered fights and he was pretty bulky, and for some reason, everybody on the enemy team only wanted to attack the Italy. So it got value in that sense. So maybe if they all try to focus clear when he enters team fights, it'll get value as well.
That would make sense, but I would hope they would not do that. Oh, nice route around by Charvel. Both.
He dashed over the wall. And now,
Oh no. it's
engaged on a
big trouble.
Taeyeon. Exhaust comes in. Do you use summoners here as Taeyeon, I wonder? As, yeah, the answer is yes, as Barrier also comes in. He was dead
Stark.
for about, you know,
Stark.
3 seconds in our mind, and Taeyeon didn't get it. First blood is given over to the Vi.
So you say the answer is yes. I believe the answer was no, and Taeyeon got it wrong as to using some.
His answer was no.
No, his answer was yes. I will use.
Wer DNS Top 5 in LCK mit Charvel? Ja.
Because
You're right.
if you look at the moment he flashed, at this point you would
Ja,
think Kellen should just leave, but the Q is wound up.
Ich finde Charvel, Dudu sind beide sehr solid. Peter und Dr. habe ich persönlich nicht die höchste Meinung von.
So
And the barrier, too. It's like you already got hit. And there's a rel right there.
you're just dead. You're just dead. In fact, I think what shows how dead he was is look how many summoners DNS used.
Exhaust.
They just used the exhaust. They still had 3 flashes and a heal. So,
Yeah.
but a lot of unnecessary flashes. Whoa!
That engage, not the best, but they're still going to find some members as Kellen gets flashed on, charmed.
Und Game ist over, oder? Weil Wickler wird auch noch sterben.
Last auto gets it, but another stun comes in, and Vic
Es ist so fucked.
down in the stun's duration, so a 2-for-1 here
just
for DNS.
Love how Peter went in, and the game plan was definitely not how it
Ja, die Frage ist, ob sich die Udyr, ob sich das Icon ändert auf Level 6.
submitting with the aggression here, our DNS.
Oh, das Watch Party Icon war von gestern noch. Und ich habe gesagt, sag's mir bitte, wenn das wieder. Aber wir haben das noch, wir hatten das alte Overlay quasi und da war es
After
über den Drake Timer.
available, but just feed Dudu some more gold, I guess.
Yeah. He's actually up in gold in the matchup top lane, which is kind of crazy. So a replay of this. Peter kind of ends up missing Vikla with the Q, but they just end up catching the Shen anyway, and they're like, okay, let's go for that. Kellen flashes back to get in the Shroud to block the auto, but it just means he's very dead. And although Charvel goes down, it takes so long that Closer gets another set of cooldowns and gets to take out Vikla. Just not a great situation for BNK Fear-X, ultimately.
Yeah, it does feel like, you know, BNK FairX game 1, they had an early skirmishing comp. They played it really well. They got a nice lead, like 5,000 gold. And then they went a little bit too hard and a bit too messy. And they lost the lead to a scaling comp. This time, DNS have a lot of tools to fight early. And BNK are like, we like to fight early regardless. And we're going to fight you early. And DNS are like, okay, we're going to take the lead then. And it's going to be DNS this time that might...
Diese BFX kommt halt auch so schnell einfach kein Damage.
Oh,
We'll see how
Shovel,
they do.
he actually started the dragon, but then pulled away from it, and now they might be trying to trap Raptor. Closer has ult, remember. They have 2 targets. Who are they going to go for, left or right?
Let's see how it goes.
Gute Entscheidung von DNS, da rauszulaufen, to be honest.
Out of the bush.
The answer, neither.
Sehr mature. Ich wäre, Überraschung, reingegangen.
Roots. Shroud coming down, and now Closer says, I want to fight. This is what I do. I am Closer. The charm is going to miss. But we do have the Vi right there, and maybe a couple more autos get...
Stark von Schabe.
Vikla sells him out! No, Vikla!
The extension.
Oh my god! Wow. That was teamwork with the other team.
But it's still good, right? It's teamwork, right? It's still a good thing to have.
No, this feels more like collusion or sabotage.
He's a traitor. We did see this before, but we had a fight immediately. But yeah, it's been 706 days. The last person to do it was Keen. And Vikla just flashed.
Look, it happens. The best of us. But after the extension play for Shovel, this just is not being a good game for Vikla.
Sometimes happens to him.
Yeah, so they go aggressive on a Raptor here. And his flag, he actually just like throws it on them, weirdly enough. But I guess his key wasn't there, but then Vikla just lets it get them through. Brother Vikla.
Yeah.
나 집 갔다가 그냥
I'm
와야
gonna
될
go
것 같아.
home and I'll come back. Oh,
핑 찍다가 불 썼네.
I was pinging and I flashed. So yeah, don't.
Wie zur Hölle ist Closer tot?
Please, in solo queue, teammates, please.
That's why they didn't
Don't
ping
ping, please.
Raptor early on the Raptor. Because they didn't want to accidentally flash.
Yeah, you might flash accidentally. It's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Er hat endlich Watch Party Box verlegt, halt's Maul.
Wow. This
Die war von gestern noch falsch.
has been a Rise good game.
Weil da das alte Overlay war oder das Overlay nicht funktioniert hat. Es ist nicht mein Fehler. Ey, sie haben das Overlay gefixt. Die Udi-Ulti ist weg. Nein, warte mal. Er ist wieder zurück.
I think DNS are pretty happy with how the mid lane and the Vikla flashing randomly situation went.
Do you think they saw it though?
I don't think so. I think he was out of vision. I don't know though.
Yeah. Might not end up mattering.
That's how you throw people off, right? You just flash randomly, and then they try and flash predict.
Ja, Udi ist smart, das geht der Mann, er geht Full Tank.
Like, wow.
So wie jeden. Udi, der Top ist wieder ein Ding. Nein, weil die alle Full Tank gehen.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to time
Der wird jetzt Fimbul Winter gehen, Spirit Visage und komplett useless sein. Er wird kein einziges Damage an ihm kaufen. So wie immer.
Flash.
Es ist immer dasselbe mit Udi, der Toplane. Sie wollen keinen. Sie wollen nicht carryen.
Did it really happen?
No. And Closer wishes this didn't happen. He was just walking right next to a Shen. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm safe.
No flash, no ult, no way out for Closer on the Ahri. Okay, seeing DNS play aggressively in the enemy jungle again. They
Charles
also,
taking Raptors.
wow, that's messed up.
He's done it multiple times. I'm getting a little worried for Raptor. Might have to change his name soon.
Yeah, I mean he's taking blue buff right now, but blue buff isn't as good of a name.
Yeah. Maybe he could change his name to Wolves.
Udi, der Top ist Loki und ein schlechter Marker. Sie haben ihn vorher mit dem schlechten Sinch verglichen und das finde ich tatsächlich sehr accurate.
So, you know.
Wie wär's mal LCK mit Miele? Mike dodgt mich.
Dragon gonna be picked up
Aktiv.
by DNS. I think they might be trying to kill Dudu. But I believe he did spot Raptor on the... Yeah, he spotted him. There's like a million pings coming out. No one flashed though, so that's good. With those pings.
Not yet. It's more ping.
Mike hat aber die bezahlt. Mike ist nicht eine von denen, Mike ist die eine. So wisst ihr.
Again, as he's gonna flag
So ein Ding ist das bei Mike.
And he does not have flash. Wants to get his flag dragged back, but he will not get it. And that will be a kill over to Charvel.
Charvel doing a good job of cutting off the disengage cone, because I know Brendan would have been
Oh,
fuming
I would have lost it.
if he'd gotten away there.
Like, you should be punished for doing stuff like that. And I'm glad that he was, because there's a world, unfortunately.
Ja, ich habe tatsächlich gefragt, aber Montag NLC, keine Sorge, Montag wollte ich dich eh nicht.
Yeah.
Montag bin ich in Berlin. Vielleicht nächste oder übernächste Woche mal sehen.
DNS in a pretty good position this game, but you know there is a possibility.
Einmal frage ich noch bei Mike. Also ich bin Doppeltexter, ich bin kein Triple-Texter.
As reliable.
Also weit sind wir noch nicht.
Rise in this.
Also Triple-Texten machen wir hier nicht im Haushalt.
You're not even up in gold.
Nächste Woche kann ich auch nicht, juckt mich nicht.
I'm a little concerned. I mean, in fairness, with regards to team comps, like Porky's not the best tank killer, despite the fact he has true damage.
Und dann ist Gamescom, ist mir eigentlich scheißegal.
His build isn't like a really high DPS one. It's like a burst of the empowered autos.
Yeah.
He will kill him when he's got like a lot of items.
Doesn't hurt one bit.
Dudu does have Flash, but Cataclysm also available.
Guter Flash.
That's the trade you see, as Dudu holds on to it.
Yeah, I think in the mid game, player will just feel pretty immortal against his composition when he's stacked up the early MR. But immortal does not mean useful.
So true.
I just feel like DNS are like winning the fight, and Clay's like, you can't kill me! And DNS are like, okay.
Yeah. Cool.
We killed your team and your tower.
Visage first, Udia, Hilfe!
We'll see though, I'm ready to be wrong about the Udia. It won't happen, but, you know.
It just, to me, it kind of just feels like Yorick, but less threat. And Yorick already is very side lane focused. And Udyr's like even more side lane focused.
Oh, they're gonna try and kill him.
I don't agree with this. Like, that's just not gonna happen.
Maybe.
Wie war es K gestern? Überraschend.
Carly.
Yeah, maybe they just get, no.
Überraschend okay.
And by the way,
Game 1. Game 2 war ganz schlimm.
So, it ended up not mattering.
Gibt Hoffnung auf einen guten Split, es gibt Hoffnung auf Playoffs, nachdem sie heute gegen Fnatic verloren haben, natürlich.
All just burn your flashes.
But was there a moment between now and then when he would have loved to have Flash and he didn't? That's the question.
It didn't look like it in this game.
No, it really didn't. So, well, 2 minutes until that next dragon. But right now, feels like DNS trying to make the plays happen. Preferably not into the Udi. I think you can just let him do his thing and focus on the targets.
Yeah. I mean, especially going down and like chunking out the Udyr literally does nothing. Like, he just sustains back up, farms up. Like, he doesn't, you know. It's like trying to go for a Rek'Sai, too. Like, these are all picks that you just, you know, they're going to be good in lane.
Actually, couldn't they have just played Rek'Sai top?
They could have. I mean, they could have played Cassandra.
I feel like
No,
the thing.
Cassandra was banned.
I feel like the thing with Rek'Sai is even though she, like people like she's so strong in lane, she's really hard to push in the lane. I actually think she can scale kind of well to the right comps when she's just tanky enough to survive and just get constant knockups in fights. But we won't see that. We'll see the Udyr.
This is played Ambessa too. I mean, they were hovering that. We see it all the time. But he wanted to get all fancy.
Let's look. The game's not
Hallo Aces, hola.
time. Let's see what the Udyr can do.
Grüße, Chefin.
Put a little faith, Brendan, into our LCK players. And believe in the vision that Clear had.
Also, die Sache ist, es ist halt möglich, dass sie gerade nicht genug Damage haben.
Look at him go. Enemy jungler's right there. He doesn't care. That's just the champion he's playing.
It has side lane pressure, and it neutralizes the Rumble.
It does do 0 damage to towers, by the way.
Yeah.
They have 3 grubs, though, so that helps.
Yeah. He also has a tier.
Yep. I love your assessments here.
Yeah. These are all things that are true.
Thank you. These are really what we needed to hear. 15
Yep.
seconds on the next dragon. And notably, Vikla doesn't have flash. Everyone else has some. Probably Dudu doesn't have his flash too, so a little bit non-optimal. But it's DNS who really have the setup in the area and are trying to choke out all the vision they can. See Dr. and Peter moving here. Will we get the contest out of BNK Ferex? Looks like they're trying to push mid. And move
Haben sie gerade genug Damage für den Udyr?
on the way. Oh, it's a flank.
The
He's
flank
flanking.
Udyr! Are they ready for this? They're just gonna go.
Sie haben auf jeden Fall genug Damage für Raptor.
Beautiful. As the Cataclysm will trap.
Und der Udyr ist halt,
Fire.
Oh, wait, maybe. Akali.
Going their way as Vikla trying to get that kill on a Duck Dom. And you know what? Given enough time, they can kill
Okay.
Udyr. As they did.
Er steht da halt rum, bis dann irgendwann abgefrühstückt wird.
Good job of chasing down Duck Dom in that one. As Exhaust is about to come up, Duck Dom would have loved to have that.
Well, it was a cool angle from the Udyr. It achieved little. And ultimately, DNS will get the dragon after winning the fight. So, takeaways. I'm still not feeling the Udyr yet.
Allow me.
Yet, Brendan. We have time.
Yeah, he's scaling.
Yeah. So, I think for me, the fight just happened a bit too quick compared to what BNK Fearx had planned. They had this Udyr flank coming in. They were ready to disrupt things. And DNS just said, guys, let's just kill who's in front of us. And they did that. You know, Kellen tries to go in to stop the Vi, but the Vi is already ulting, so he just ends up dying too.
Ja, der Udyr steht dann halt rum, ne?
Kind of there, doing his big circle. And Vikla makes his impact known. You know, he hunts down the enemy AD carry, but not able to do more than that. Kind of runs out of cooldowns, uses his ult, has to get out. And now, looking at the Herald of BNK Fearx, Vikla's looking for a Corki.
The timing of this is...
Oppo, danke für den 32. Grüß. Long time no see. Ja, grüß Gott. Hallo.
Well,
so it's a very thin one if they can force it before the ults are ready. But I gotta tell you guys, the ults are...
Oh mein Gott, er klaut mit dem E. Nein, er hat mit dem E geklaut. Oh, hell nah, bro.
Shuriken misses here from Vikla. And Clear
look at the Udyr go!
Very, very...
Oh nein.
So useless!
He survived for a long period of time, and then he died.
Nein, 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 nein.
Vikla, gotta be careful here as, okay, gonna dodge one stun. The charm is not gonna hit.
Dodges OP there?
Okay.
Ach du
Well,
Scheiße.
oopsie.
Just a little Rise group bonus there.
Guys, it's Vikla against the will.
It really is.
His Udyr, apparently.
This is why you should flash in lane.
Yeah. Establishing dominance. Well, big win for DNS. And honestly, looking in a good spot to get a 2-0 win. So the replay here, there's this Udyr on the flank.
Er klaut mit dem E, schaut auf die Wein. Nein, 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 nein. Den hätte Paragraph bekommen, aber scheiße. Also Peter wurde von mir dieses Jahr ja wohl nicht zu wenig geflamed. Also, das lasse ich mir jetzt hier, also das kannst du nicht sagen. Also Peter hat dieses Jahr schon seine Packung bekommen. Aber ja, er ist natürlich insanely horrible. Ja, natürlich. Aber darum geht's ja jetzt nicht.
Okay, it's an X. Goodbye.
Why was that in the replay?
To show you what happened. We didn't see it earlier, bro.
There was a kill, so we had to put it there.
No, it wasn't a kill. It was an execute, I believe, wasn't it?
Okay, well, one of the champions lost all of its health.
Yeah. There was a death. Deaths are important events. We should be...
That's true.
Yeah.
We should, you know,
commemorate
replay for everyone. Yeah, commemorate it, yeah.
Okay, well, DNS, Charvel in particular is extremely fed on this Vi. He can kind of just play without any remorse. He has 2 complete items, working on a 3rd. Meanwhile, Taegun has a Ghost Blade, a BF Sword, and a Scout Slingshot. I just don't think he has the damage to cut through this
pebbles.
You sit there like, this worked on Goliath.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Actually gegen Genji war heute nicht, Actually gegen KT war heute. War eine coole Series. Kann man sich anschauen, ja. Suni, danke.
No aura in the inventory.
Schönheit habe ich schon.
Tried too, like with the green and like the leaves and stuff.
The green and the fact it's like a full square of green. Like it looks like such a square. And I don't know why, because like Black Cleaver does as well with the red, sorry. But Black Cleaver looks so much cooler.
Oh, it's
right?
much bigger, right? Because the blade is like really sticking out and
yeah.
It kind of like has, you know, like there's an angle.
Also ich sag, wer heute Fnatic gegen SK nicht schaut, der hat die LEC nie geliebt.
Yeah,
So.
I think, you know what it is?
Stelle ich jetzt einfach mal so als Statement hin.
Dead here. He doesn't have Spirit Rush. He's gonna try. He flashes and charms, and Vikla's like, okay, see you later, Kellen.
Boah, macht der Damage.
Thanks.
Alter, macht der Damage.
That's kill number 8 for Charvel, by the way.
I think what it is the other items that have the whole block of color are like final items, and they're prominent. They fill all the space.
Yeah.
Like Malignance and Black Cleaver.
Muramana.
Muramana, but it's just this tiny slingshot.
Alright, they're gonna try to kill Vikla here under the turret, but as we know, he is the main character, so he cannot die at this point.
There's
in the
Udyr.
story.
Guys, he's here.
There's here.
Look at him go.
Right, he's going. He landed the stun.
Yep.
Stun on a 2.
He's just running around here like that. Stunning people. this champion is not real.
Why? He's right there. I can see it. He just stunned 2 people. Think about the CC. The
True.
crowd control that he's offering to these team fights is...
They could have picked Ornn, by the way. I'm just saying.
Die erste wichtige Frage war dann, was SK-Sides picken oder nicht. Ich bete dafür, ja.
Yeah. Could have picked Leona top.
Honestly,
Honestly, yeah, I think we're all...
Ja, dass er Flash auf Dr. Mappe, also den zu catchen wird schwierig
Get an
sein.
angle here. He's still in a collie against a lot of CC, and if he's ever at a position, they will just focus him.
Oh, they engage.
Okay.
Was ist heute Abend? Game of Thrones Staffel 6, Episode 9.
Peter as well. Follow-up is there. And that's what you gotta do. You just gotta pull the trigger. That's gonna be the dragon.
Nein, Boost jetzt hier nicht als Import.
Bowser didn't have ult ready, so a great play from BNK FearX. And you know what? Did he do anything? The Udyr was there, so I'm gonna count it. That's 1 point for the Udyr. Good job. Clear. This though was Kellen setting up this play. Just goes for the Ari, and it was literally a couple of seconds till Closer had ult, but with how much damage he took in the CC, I think he was just dead regardless. Nice play from BNK FearX to set that up. And they're starting to get some big item spikes coming in. They've got the Black Cleaver for Raptor. They've got the 2 items for Vikla as well. The Shadow Flame and the Gunblade is a great spot to be in. They are threatening at this point. There's a bit of a level differential in the jungle.
Merkst du Udyr dann weh, ja.
All differential in the jungle. There's a bit of a farm differential in the jungle. I don't have a but. It's just a lot of things that are...
There is a death differential as well.
Yeah. Kill differential.
Yeah.
Assist differential, but in the... Not the direction...
Nein, Staffel 6 von Game of Thrones nicht wirklich hatebar, bitte.
Charvel joined the team and
Game of Thrones Staffel 6 zu haten ist Quatsch.
What a difference it has made.
the whole team.
Ist Inspired schon zurück, haben noch kein Update.
Everything is just going the right direction now.
And isn't that impressive? Because like, if a good player joins a good team and they keep winning, it's like, well, I mean, you were doing great. We can see that objectively, but they were a good team anyway. But they're turning around the DNS as a shovel, really doing the Lord's work here.
Yeah, I mean, he was just looking for his opportunity.
Oh, Clear completed his Fimbulwinter.
Yeah,
Now
he
he's even tankier and still does no damage.
Closer's not having a great time, but he does have a team. Vikla, I'm not sure we can say the same. Trying to get away his Closer, but gets it, hits it with the Shuriken and dies. But he did that all alone, whereas Closer needed like 8 people.
AL knallt TT aus dem komplett.
He was trying to bait the Akali in, but I think just overstepped way too much. That was, the amount of people coming in, that should have just been a 1-for-0 because you're losing plates mid, you're losing plates bot lane. The Udyr split push is alive.
Yep. I can see him down there. That turret's going to go down any second now.
And
Jin mit seinem Rapid Fire.
second.
See? See, it's going down.
Any second now.
You can clearly see it's going down.
Now! There
There it
we
is,
go.
okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
Not the fastest turret taker, but doing his job.
Charvel thinking about it. Ew, just thinking about it.
Also Charvel fickt hauptberuflich. Das Problem ist nur, wenn die hier das Game nicht acceleraten können mit Nash oder sowas, das ist echt unangenehm, ne?
BNK FearX got that earlier dragon, so Soul is not on the cards in the next one. So here, a lot connected
빨리
by
막아줄래, 형경?
Vikla. These people collapsing in, and I think it was just an ult forwards by the Akali. And get hit for the Shuriken in the end.
미드 바텀 해보라 이거.
Go mid bot.
And they did. They did do that.
Yeah.
It's crazy that Clay took that bot lane tower and he's still 1.3k gold down on Dudu. I mean, I know there's factors like the first strike, and obviously Dudu was also hitting that top lane tower and getting plates, but it's just not a great look for the Udyr.
Yeah. We really haven't hammered that home enough.
I think we've
we've
kind of avoided talking about.
Geht da ein Ending da auf Udyr? Ja, ein Ending oder Jugshot, irgendwas in die Richtung. Er gibt sein Bestes, um useless sein.
I do think that
Sich dort an den Udyr, ja, er ist komplett useless.
Still waiting for that Leona. Or Nautilus. Remember Nautilus mid?
yes.
That was the thing. There's a big gap in the jungle, but I mean, yeah, it's a GA difference. It is quite big. It allows Charvel to really pull the trigger on really any engage, as long as it looks halfway decent. Speaking of which, just taking the engage cone into Charvel. Not going to feel very good, as he is looking.
Er ist so OP. Er ist so OP. Oh mein Gott.
Just killing both of them. He's
Lord have mercy, ey.
He does not care.
Junge.
So so strong right now, and they have to respect him. He just creates so much pressure on his own. It's just the fact he can charge at you and just punch you down, and you just don't win a duel with him. We so often have games where a Vi is just an ult bot. You press your ult on a target, try and Q them afterwards, cool. Hopefully someone else kills them. But this
Es gibt keine Udyr-Meta.
is just so
Der Champion ist absurd useless, wirklich.
Yeah.
Sie hätten einfach Ohren picken können.
so hard to deal with. You have to watch him. Maybe have an Udyr run over.
Jeder wäre glücklicher gewesen mit einem Ohren. Jeder liebt den Schaffner.
I was about to make a point where, you know, these two junglers, they
Alle hassen Chris.
impactful ultimates, getting the Vi super fed isn't that big of a deal, and then that happened. So I'm glad I held on to that and didn't say it out loud.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay, the Serpents farm from Dam. I mean, if you look at the champions on the enemy team, there is a moderate amount of shields they'll help with.
Yeah. All right, they're looking for
Okay.
He's gonna get engaged on. Remember,
Schabe.
he finds
Sehr
him
gut.
in the back line, and the follow-up, the CC is right there.
Sehr gut. Gehen wir auf Wickler. Oh mein Gott, wir verlieren, oder?
The equalizer is huge amounts of damage.
Nee, sie verlieren nicht, okay.
And you see Vic
Aber immerhin lebt Udyr noch.
killing.
Er lebt nicht mehr.
Block it, taunts through his teammate, and lets him die. And now Kellen is just gonna get chased down by an Ahri. Although Closer's like, not even worth it. Let's just take the Drake and move up to Baron.
Yep. Good game plan there. And DNS, the target selection is excellent. The composition works so well in these fights. And Shovel, he's got GA. He can play as aggressive as he likes. He just dives in, and then he sees the enemy carry and goes, you're dead. Ults him. He actually gets bumped away from the wall, so when he flashes, he can't get over it. And then the equalizer in the chaos just melts everyone. Sadly, the Udyr is not able to carry this fight. And then there, Kellen just taunting out the way. Oh my god. You know what? That was not a supportive play.
Es ist der Full-Tank-Udyr.
Very supportive.
Yeah. He's been having a
think-
little bit of a rough and tough.
Kellen getting a bit of revenge, being like, you know what, I always have to die for the team. It's your turn.
Warum ist sein Fenster auf? Weil es eine... Okay, ich mache jetzt ein Bild. Moment. Wie es da aussieht. Wartet, ich mache jetzt das Bild.
So he's like, you know what, guys?
Wait, are you
I've had
saying
enough.
as a poor played really
Okay.
well and then didn't get POM and the 80 carry got it?
Und ich poste es jetzt in meinem Discord, okay?
Specific and narrow it
Actually,
down.
Moment.
Well, I did say their names, so I would hope
In
that,
meinem Discord in allgemein.
Not specific enough. That happens a
hope
lot.
that would help. Vikla
So.
is just maybe dead. Yeah, all the CC goes in, but they traded on to Duckdown who flashes.
Und das ist die Vorrichtung für meinen Klima...
And unfortunately for him, the rest of the team
Schlauch.
is super low. As there's the combo, the equalizer, not exactly on the mark, but it doesn't really matter as they can just do whatever they want and roll over the enemy team. DNS are looking totally revitalized and will take the 2-0 tonight.
Yeah.
Da ist doch nicht so hin, dass das Fenster so weit auf ist. Wie, das ist doch egal.
Shovel in great form. Closer gets a quadra kill.
So, ist doch egal. Es sieht so aus. Ja, ich kann es euch zeigen. Es sieht so aus.
The Udyr looking pretty
Ist doch
useful.
komplett scheißegal.
I had to get that one in
I'm really
before
glad
the
you
game
mentioned it,
ends.
'cause I was about to say that. We
Yeah.
So, und dann ist da nur Platz für das Ding, für den Schlauch, dass der durchgeht.
Draft is
Ich
not
wollte auf deinen Discord, du darfst trotzdem auf meinen Discord, hier.
But I do think they could have picked a more useful top laner. That is something I will state. That is an opinion that I hold. And I wanted to just
Jeder von euch ist auf meinem Discord gerne bekommen.
at the end of the game. Yes, thank you for that. So they actually get onto Dam, but he survives for a good amount of time. Credit to Taeyun for cleaning him up, but just in the melee in the middle.
Die Einladung ist abgelaufen, ne?
To the
Hä?
DNS. Clear just gets
Wie soll das Maul sein?
died and dies. The tower's so low it doesn't save anyone. It's just see champion, kill champion. You have the momentum. You're so far ahead. You get the resets on the Ahri. Judo is melting
Hä?
people, and yeah, this is looking like a 2-0. Unless Clear can show some secret carry potential from Udyr, we have yet to see. I don't have the vision. He's the one who had the vision, so I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready for him to unveil it.
He's the one that has to convince us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone watching at home. Or wherever else they might be that isn't home, but is a place that they're watching it online.
Yeah, maybe they're on the bus. Vicla's just going in. Closer a little bit low there. He's trying to get away as nice shots blocked by Peter.
He has TP, he can just recall and TP back in.
The fight's just happening without him. They're like, yeah, we don't really need you, but thank you for your service.
Oh, the equalizer!
Will get it, and in.
Der Udyr lebt noch! Schaut auf den Udyr! Er ist useful. Ah, er ist tot.
As the cop loves to do, DNS will not be stopped. And now
Udyr Toplane ist close an Matchfix.
Closer TP's back in, just like, hey guys, good job, I'm here. Super decisive game. Game 1, I feel like, was BNK4X not able to follow.
LPL ist gerade auch vorbei. Animal Legend hat gewonnen. 2-1.
DNS, this was so decisive, and it just shows the team that they have
Stark.
become, and they have now beaten every single team in the Rise group, which is something I think we just
Hättest du lieber Udia Top oder Ramos Support? Udia Top.
started, and that is the man himself, Sharp.
Ging jetzt alles gut,
What a
super.
difference he's made to this team.
Bei Ramos Support, da weiß ich wenigstens, dass es ein Full Matchfix ist.
It was like, get this man on the camera, and somebody in the middle rushed over to get him on camera because Charvel was running over to handshake. He is so pumped. You can